Welcome back to History in Motion, proudly brought to you by Midas. The SKF Little Giants took the chill off as they warmed up their engines in preparation for their first race of the day. With 17 cars on the grid, the on-track action promised to be exciting.
I'm having some trouble with my car, so just trying to find out what's wrong. It's a brand new engine. I've just rebuilt it completely, and I think with this cold weather I've picked up a sticky valve. I'm losing a bit of compression on one of the cylinders, so let's hope it's that and I can get it going again. I didn't spend enough time out there, but apparently the guys are saying it's quite slow. I think it's the temperature. Guys aren't getting their tyres up to temperature quick enough, so yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out there when it's a bit warmer.
I'm feeling good. It's been nice and cold this morning, had a good qualifying. Go and have fun driving my little toy. I enjoy it because it's the closest I can find to real historic racing. Yeah, historic cars. The first prize is to finish the race. Let's hope the Jaguar doesn't hold me up.
Terence Buerters heads up the grid in his Mini Cooper. Alongside him is Jaco Taylor, with the Bartman brothers Shane and Jacques filling up row 2, with the racing reverend Neil Oorsthuizen 12th on the grid. Neatly lined up, the SKF Little Giants make their way around the final turn and make their way onto the start-finish straight, ready for the lights to go out and racing to begin. And they're off! Buerters leading the way into turn 1. Shane Bartman having a great start, moves ahead of Jaco Taylor. Jacques Bartman and Andrew Wilson are right behind him. The rest of the field is still tightly bunched together as they make their way through the hairpin. Up into Sassel, and Shane Bartman has managed to get ahead of Terence Buerters, who is now running side by side with Andrew Wilson in the TVR. The TVR moving ahead as they race towards Kenwood. Martin van der Merwe pulling hard up the hill, and the MGB of Bachvet Singh comes racing by on the right. Singh leads van der Merwe into Castrol Corner and on through to Kenwood. On the main straight, Jaco Taylor and Peter Collings are neck and neck. The Mini of Collings edges ahead as they drop into turn 1. Behind them, the yellow Console 315 of Mel Spur is passed by the MGB of Martin van der Merwe. Heading into Renningskon, Josh Dovey and his Austin Healy leads the Dart of Ishmael Beloy and the MGB of Scott Houston. Racing up the hill, and Shane Bartman in the Alpha is ahead of Andrew Wilson in the TVR. Behind them, Terence Buerters locks up coming into Sassel, but manages to hold on to his position ahead of Jacques Bartman. Mel Spur and Martin van der Merwe are still locking horns as they climb up to Sassel. Through the corner they go, wheel to wheel, there's nothing in it. Van der Merwe on the outside working hard to keep up with Spur. Through Kenwood they go, Spur edging ahead. Coming down the main straight towards turn 1, and Andre de Kock's Dart has let go and is dropping a lot of oil on the track. De Kock makes his way onto the kitty litter and will bring the car to a halt in a safe place off the track. Yorick Smith leads fellow MG Car Club teammate Bachvet Singh through turn 1. They both seem to have made it safely through the oil. Martin van der Merwe hunting down Mel Spur. You can see the oil on the track. Van der Merwe almost safely through, just getting in a little bit sideways. Jaco Taylor Sr. not so lucky though, and he spins it around on the inside of turn 1. Clive Winterstein keeps wide of Taylor and tiptoes his way past the oil. Taylor manages to get his car going again as Dean Smith makes his way past in his blue Mini. The lead battle making their way towards turn 1 and the oil. Wilson looking good, Shane Bartman sideways into the kitty litter. Buerters follows him, as does Keith van Heerden. Van Heerden traveling a little bit further and keeping the momentum going. Jacques Bartman also getting caught out by the oil, and he has spun on the track. He manages to get himself going again as Jaco Taylor makes his way through turn 1. The field make their way around the track and past the stricken cars strewn around turn 1. Due to the oil on the track and the chaos it was causing, it was decided to red flag the race so the track could be cleaned and no more cars would go spinning. Shane Bartman was declared the winner with Andrew Wilson just 0.2 of a second behind him. Andre de Kock, despite causing the chaos, ended up finishing 5th, with a close battle between Jaco Taylor and Peter Collings.
Yeah, I was leading there for a while. I saw that little blue TVR catching me. I think I had him. I was on the pass on turn 1, and then I just saw a meter-wide strip of oil, and that was it, benched me. I first tried to start my car, and when I started first gear, and my car just went into the kitty litter. I went nowhere. I thought someone's going to hit me because Terence was behind me. I saw him spun and beach, and I then just saw cars spinning everywhere. I didn't even see flags coming. That was such a surprise when I hit that wall.
Definitely went for a free ride there, no control. We saw the change of surface flag, and then as we looked up, there was oil everywhere in turn 1, and then Shane went for a ride, and I followed Shane going for a ride, and then, not that I was looking in my mirrors, but afterwards it looked like lots of other people came for a ride as well.
It was fun. Now, in hindsight, it was fun. I'm glad it wasn't my fault. I'm glad there was oil on the track, and we're all fine.
How can I say my car went well today. I was all the way 4th, quite far behind these guys, so I saw a big dust cloud, so I thought, here's my chance. I got the lead, and like I say, when I saw again, I was facing the other direction, so it was good fun, but like I say, hopefully the next race we can have a clean race.
We're just going to need to find a whole lot of hose pipes to wash them all now.
Yeah.
So I was approaching the first corner there, and just as I want to take the corner, I saw there was wetness on the track, and I thought, oh, well, this is my day. And I tried to keep it straight, but I was turning already, and then I did a donut, and I saw the wall, and I saw the tires again, and then when I came to a stop, I saw this Mini approaching me from the track, and he told me, he was thinking, which direction are you going? I said, geez, I'm just waiting for you guy, and he stopped and he passed me, and then I got it started again and gone again. So, you know, I think it was racing today, but it looks like it was drifting today.
I didn't mean to. I wasn't doing anything different than I normally do. But the car just suddenly made it like a whirring noise, and then the next thing it went grrr, grrr, and it was in the main straight, in the pit straight, and I tried to pull off as quickly as I could, but apparently left oil on the braking area, and when I then coasted around on the grass and I stopped, and then I looked around and I just saw cars spinning all over the place. And so I just sat down and I thought, shit, if I caused that, I'm just going to hide here until they're all gone. Because they're nice people, but they might change their minds about not knowing me or liking me. And so, yeah, that's what I did.
Let's hope race 2 of the SKF Little Giants gets to run its full distance as the pedals are flat to the metal and the field race into turn 1. Andrew Wilson and Shane Bartman are side by side as they enter BMW Performance Parts. Behind them, Keith van Heerden and Jacques Bartman are running wheel to wheel, chasing the lead pair. Coming towards Renexcon, and no one is giving an inch on lap 1 of race 2. On board with Jaco Taylor now as he battles with Josh Dovey and Peter Collings. Heading towards Speed and Sound Sweep, and Ishmael Beloy in the red number 15 Dart runs up the inside of Taylor and moves ahead of him. Climbing up to Sassel, and Jacques Bartman in his Alpha is ahead of the green Mini of Peter Collings. Josh Dovey in his blue Austin Healey has a look down the inside of Collings. The Mini on the outside keeps the power down and stays ever so slightly ahead of Dovey. Into Kenwood, and Dovey this time is successful and gains the position on the Mini. Ishmael Beloy leads Jaco Taylor and Terence Boytes into Renexcon. The Alpha of Taylor has the inside line, but that means nothing to Boytes in his Mini as it keeps the power down and heading towards turn 3 moves ahead of Taylor. Up to turn 5, and it's Collings who leads the group of cars. Terence Boytes has the inside line on Beloy as they go through the corner and takes the position. Beloy, pushing hard, tries to fight back on Boytes as they race to Kenwood, but he's unable to retake his position. Andrew Wilson in the light blue TVR runs alongside Keith van Heerden in his D-Type Jaguar. Wilson moving into the lead as they go through turn 1 and towards the hairpin. Van Heerden fighting back, not willing to give up that easily. Into Renexcon, and it's the TVR who maintains his lead with a Jaguar and Alpha hot on his heels. Reaching the top of the hill and coming into turn 5, and Shane Bartman in the Alpha moves ahead of Keith van Heerden in the Jaguar. Bartman moving himself up into second position as they race onto turn 6. Neil Oosthuizen in his Alpha Spider is just ahead of Mel Spur in the yellow Console 315 as the pair barrel into the hairpin. Bird tries to move around the outside of Oosthuizen but isn't able to make it work, and Yorick Smith in the MGA sneaks up on the inside of Spur. Jaco Taylor pushing hard up the hill, pulls up alongside Peter Collings as they head towards Cecil. Collings still ahead of Taylor as they go through turn 5. There is nothing in it as Wilson and Bartman battle for the lead. Side by side they run into Cecil. Bartman with the inside line edges a slight advantage. Wilson fights back and heading round Kenwood, he pushes hard and retakes the lead. Martin van der Merwe in his MGB watches as the Porsche 356 of Clive Winterstein passes him down the inside of Castrol Corner. The battle for the lead is really close. At the moment, Andrew Wilson is ahead of Shane Bartman, Keith van Heerden, Terence Poiters and Shark Bartman. Shane Bartman running wide on the exit of Castrol Corner, loses a bit of time, but luckily for him, no positions as he continues his hunt after Andrew Wilson. The TVR remains ahead of the Alpha, while the Jaguar and Alpha battle out for 3rd place. Through Kenwood and onto turn 7, and the Jaguar van Heerden keeps ahead of the Alpha of Shark Bartman. As the leaders make their way down the hill to G&H Transport and the checkered flag waiting for them on the main straight, Martin van der Merwe keeps Will out of the way. Andrew Wilson and the TVR will take victory in race 2, with race 1 winner Shane Bartman having to settle for 2nd place. A great race between the top 4 cars, taking it right to the line. In a battle further down the field, Neil Oosthuizen leads Jorik Smith and Mel Spur. Onto the main straight, and Oosthuizen and Smith are side by side racing for the checkered flag. Smith takes it by 0.2 of a second. Confirmation of the results, and it was Andrew Wilson who took the victory from Shane Bartman by just over 0.2 of a second. Behind them, Keith van Heerden and Terence Poiters were separated by 0.3 of a second. We catch up with the race winner.
It was really tough work out there. I was hounded the whole way. I lost the spots a couple of times, but in the end, victory prevailed. I'm really, really happy. First go in Little Giants, absolutely fabulous category.
I thought I'm not going to make it on the field when in the pre-grid we heard it stay left. So, but I couldn't catch the Aussie when I thought he's going to win it. I thought I'm going to push everything, but I couldn't do it.
I loved it, every minute of it. Really, really good. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, one more lap would have been awesome, but nonetheless a very fun race. Very cool.
Well, it was fantastic to catch up to the back end and Neil, but sadly I just need a 2nd gear so that I can stay with him a little bit more on the exit of the corners.
Oh, it was great fun. Mel just had me on the tight corners. I just couldn't pull away from her, but fortunately I had more power and I'm a lot better through turn 4, so that helped. That made a difference.
There was actually both of them at one point, and then one of them, then both again, and then all of us together. It was great. Throughout the whole race, it was just fantastic.
The Little Giants really works, and it gets a whole lot of cute little racing cars really racing together.
Quick question, was Cole Benz's wife, Bertha Benz, the first person to drive a car over a long distance? Find out after the break.
Join us after the break for more exciting action from Zwartkops.